Hi guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you how I make my lush, healthy and very delicious okra soup. I'm going to be sharing secrets with you on how to achieve that lovely draw you seek without adding ogbono or any other thing extra. This is okra soup at its finest. My name is Ify and welcome to my kitchen. To make my okra soup recipe, you'll need the following ingredients: okra, goat meat, scotch bonnet pepper. I'm using both the red and the yellow scotch bonnet peppers. Some cayenne pepper, which you know as shombo, and ogili okpei. Guys, this is a game changer. Palm oil, Kpomo, also known as cow skin, beef, onions, salt, ground crayfish, seasoning cubes, stockfish, smoked dry fish. That's not all, guys. We're also going to be using some vegetables. I'm using ugu as well as Uziza leaves. So this is what Uziza leaves look like. Don't worry about it. I'm going to be dropping all the ingredients I'm using in the description box. So you just get there and see everything along with its measurement, all right? So let's get straight into this. So guys, before we proceed with the first step, if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, why not do so right now and then state in the comment section that you've done so. Just say done. Thanks guys. So right now we're boiling our protein, all our proteins, and I mean the goat meat, the beef, the Kpomo and the stockfish, and yeah, the stockfish. So I've added onions, seasoning cubes. I'm going to be adding some salt and my scotch bonnet peppers. Now, because this is your traditional soup, you don't need a whole lot of ingredients for your soup to become very tasty. You don't want to complicate the taste of the soup, so just limit it to the barest, to what I have done here, right? Which is your onions, your pepper, your salt and your seasoning cubes. It is fine and your soup will still come out tasting very delicious. Your beef will be tasty, trust me. All right, normally I wouldn't have added water at the beginning of cooking of my beef, but because I'm using a pressure pot, I have to add water. So I've added my water and I'm going to cover the pot and allow this cook till it's tender. So while the beef is cooking, let's get on with some of the prep work. We're starting with the okra first. Now this is what I usually like to do. I like to divide my okra into two. It does not necessarily have to be two equal halves, right? Just whatever proportion I decide to go with, right? I'm going to be grating one part of the okra and I'm going to be slicing the other part. So the reason why I'm grating my okra at all, that's one part of the okra, is to increase the sliminess of the okra, to make your okra draw. Now, if you do it this way, you do not need to add ogbono to your okra soup, okay, to get that slimy effect. You don't need to do so. Now, I'm using this, I'm using a grater. If you have a food processor, please feel free to use a food processor for this process. It's still the same thing. You still get the effect, okay? I wanted to just show you that you can get this without using a food processor. Some people even blend theirs. With the second part of my okra, what I usually do is to cut it into big chunks, right? Not really big chunks like that, okay? Just the size that I like, but it's considerably bigger than the grated version. So you can cut the side however you like. You want to see your big chunks of okra in your soup, you want to see it a little smaller, it's all up to you, okay? Just cut it anyhow you want to cut it, big, small, just do you. It's your soup. So we're done with the okra and it's time to start on our peppers. Remember I showed you at the beginning that I'll be using two types of peppers, the red and the yellow scotch bonnet, along with cayenne pepper. Now this red and yellow are both hot, particularly the yellow one. The yellow one is really hot, but it adds tons and tons of flavor to your soup. I don't like to do without it. It's really good. So what I do is just add a bit of water and then I blend it coarsely because I still want to see some of those pepper flakes in the soup. Yeah, so I just blend it and then turn it out into a bowl and save it for later use. We're going to be chopping our ugu now, our ugu leaves. And what I like to do is to rinse the ugu leaves thoroughly first before I slice these ugu leaves, okay? Now the whole essence is to get rid of all the dirt and grimes, and I feel like you can get rid of them easily when the leaves are still whole rather than when you've chopped them up into bits. So I rinse them first before I cut them or chop them into small bits. Now the size that you cut these ugu leaves is totally up to you. I like to cut them into small sizes, small bits. If you choose to do them bigger or smaller, it's totally up to you. All right, so I just chop them and then set them aside and move on to my Uziza leaves. Okay, so let's process our ogili okpei now. Fam, I don't know what tribe you're from or where you're from, but this is a game changer. Okay, I know that you think that it's just mostly Igbos that use it, but if you can find it, please get it. Just go to the market and ask for ogili okpei or ogiri okpei. They know it. Every market woman basically knows it. Okay, they'll give it to you. It can be round or it can be in the shape that you found. That you saw this one. So round or this shape is totally fine. So just use your mortar to blend it. You can also use the dry meal of your blender. Just crush it basically to look like this. Oh, let me quickly add that another name for it is dawa dawa. Time to check on our beef. Our beef has been cooking for a while now and everything is looking good. It's tender. Yeah, just beautifully tender. I like my beef tender. So a pressure pot gets it to that level in the shortest time possible. So time to start the main soup itself. I've separated the beef stock from the meat, the stock fish, the Kpomo, everything. Yeah, so I'm just combining everything together again. Right, this is the first step to making our soup. Now I'm adding the peppers that we blended. Okay, I'm also going to be adding some palm oil into this mix. You don't need a lot of palm oil for okra soup, especially if you want to retain that green vibrant color. Yes, and then I added some crayfish. If you notice, I didn't add all the crayfish. I added half. I'll add the remaining half at some point. Okay, now these are my little tips to creating delicious bold flavors. Yeah, so I'm just going to stir this, cover the pot and allow it to cook. Let the oil cook, let everything mix together for about 5 minutes, and then I'll come back for the next step. After about 5 minutes, I came to check on the soup. Look at it bubbling happily away. Oh gosh, the sight of this makes me feel so good. Now I'm adding the washed dried smoked fish. I washed it in warm salty water and I've added the ogili okpei. Oh, the aroma in the kitchen right now, guys. You need to try this out for yourself and see what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to stir this, cover it again and allow this cook for another 3 minutes and then come back to continue. After about 3 minutes, I came to check on the soup again and now I'm adding in the grated okra. Alright, I'm just stirring to distribute the okra evenly in the soup. Right, this is what is going to make your soup draw nicely. Here in Nigeria, we believe that you haven't made proper okra soup if it does not draw well. Well guys, that is the secret to it. Okay, now I'm adding the chopped okra. That's the bigger version. This just makes the soup look more attractive, and then you can actually chew on the okra if that is your preference. Some people grate the okra all through. They like it really tiny, you know. It's you, it's all up to you. So by the time you try one or two different versions, you can stick to, you know, what works for you. So I added some warm water because I felt the soup was too thick. It was a little too thick, so I added some warm water. It's important for you not to add too much water at the beginning, all right, because then you won't be able to control how thick or light the soup is. It's better you add water as you go along in bits. Okay, now I'm adding my Uziza leaves and ugu leaves as well. Please just add these two leaves as I've shown you, ugu and Uziza. Mad combo, beautiful, delicious. It's a winner combo anytime, any day. You can't do without it. Yeah, now I'm adding the remaining ground crayfish. This is going to give it more taste, you know. It's just make the taste of the crayfish bolder and make your soup taste a lot nicer. You'll notice that I did not add any seasoning cube or salt up until now, and the reason is because my meat stock was very well seasoned. It tasted well, so there was really no need to. So as after adding my okra and the vegetables, I gave it a little taste and I was like, okay, yes, a little salt was necessary to bring it up to the level that I wanted it. So just a little salt and I'm fine. So guys, my soup is ready. Once I add my okra, I don't let it cook for more than 2 minutes and it's all done. Thank you so much for watching my video. Remember to subscribe to this channel and share this video with your friends and family. Till I come your way some other time, keep being good and take care of yourself. Bye.